Hello, and welcome to the Tax Safe Volunteer Training. My name is Michael Kopikian, and I'll be walking you through. First, a disclaimer. This summary provides basic information regarding basic tax law. Nothing in this summary supplants or replaces the requirements of the tax code. This summary is not intended as a substitute for advice from a taxpayer's own legal and financial advisors. Additional information about the tax law can be found on www.irs.gov. And now a little summary about TaxAid. It's a nonprofit 501c3 organization that was founded in 1988 to help families and individuals with income of less than $57,000 by preparing income taxes for free, educating them about tax credits and benefits. And then finally, in 2020, for the 2019 tax year, TaxAid volunteers helped over 3,096 Bay Area families receive over $2.1 million in refunds. Now, onto our agenda for today. We're going to go over 2020 tax updates. I'm going to go over Schedule C, Earned Income Credit, Education Credit, Tuition, and Scholarships. For the 2020 tax law updates, there are new forms and schedule changes. From 1099 MEC replaces from 1099 Miscellaneous, Box 7. 1040 SP is now available in Spanish. Form 7202, credit for sick leave and family leave for self-employed due to COVID-19. And Form 1040, there are certain line changes. 1040 SR, 4 pages. 1040 SE, self-employment tax removed, Section A. 1040 NR, non-resident alien income has been restructured to look like a regular 1040. Form 1040 NR EZ is now obsolete. There is now a waiver of 10% early withdrawal penalty for disruptions of up to $100,000 from qualified retirement accounts due to COVID-19. Repayment of distributions from qualified retirement accounts due to COVID-19. Repeal of minimum age for traditional IRA contributions of 72.5 age limit has been eliminated. Penalty-free withdrawals from retirement plans for individuals in case of childbirth or adoption. Required minimum distributions, or RDMs, have increased from 70.5 to 72. Special rules for the use of retirement funds. Withdrawal of up to $100,000 from IRAs or workplace retirement plans before December 31st of 2020 may be included in taxable income over a 3-year period, which is out of scope, or in the year taken. It is no longer subject to the 10% additional tax on early distributions, and is no longer subject to mandatory tax withholding. Families First Coronavirus Response Act. Credit for sick leave for certain self-employed individuals are available, up to 10 days or 80 hours. Credit for family leave for certain self-employed individuals, up to 10 weeks. Credits can be combined up to 12 weeks, 2 weeks of sick leave, 10 weeks of family leave. economic impact payments or EIPs and recovery rebate credits. Individuals who received a smaller than expected EIP may qualify to receive an additional amount, that is recovery rebate credit, when they file their 2020 federal income tax return. Notice 1444, your economic impact payment EIP is not taxable and should not be reported as income on the tax return. Your deductions. Charitable contributions, individuals who do not itemize can deduct up to $300 of cash contributions to charitable organizations. It applies to the tax year 2020. Line item on 1040, medical and dental expenses, decreased to 7% of AGI for all ages when itemizing. Standard deductions. Amounts increased for all filing statuses, married filing joint or qualifying widow. The standard deduction is $24,800. Head of household, $18,650. Single or married filing separately, $12,400. Additional amount for 65 plus or blind, $1,650 for single or head of household hasn't changed. $1,300 for married filing jointly or married filing single or qualified widow has not changed. Personal exemptions. All personal or spouse and dependent exemptions remain at $0. Dependents can be claimed for filing status, credits, etc. Gross income test for qualifying relative of $4,300, an additional $100 from 2019. Child tax credit or additional child tax credit. The amount has increased rather to $2,000 per child. Refundable amount has increased to $1,400. Earned income threshold has increased to $2,500. Increased income limit to $400,000 for married filing jointly, or $200,000 for married filing single or single. Qualifying child must have a social security number. That has not changed. Children with ITIN will not qualify. The child must be a U.S. citizen, a national, or resident. Additional credits for other dependents. Qualifying children with ITINs and other qualifying relatives, any age or relation who meet requirements may be claimed. Non-refundable credit of $500, income limit of $400,000 for married filing jointly, or $200,000 for other. They must have social security number or ITIN. They must be a U.S. citizen, national, or resident. Dependents who live in Canada or Mexico do not qualify. Changes to itemized deductions. Medical expense amounts have increased to 7.5% of AGI for everyone in all ages. State and local tax deductions remain limited to $10,000 or $5,000 for married filing single. Affordable Care Act. Minimum essential health coverage is still required, but is no longer a shared responsibility payment if taxpayer does not have health care. The Form 8965 health coverage exemption is obsolete. Taxpayers with marketplace coverage must still reconcile any premium credit received. Taxpayers with marketplace coverage must have a Form 1095A or must be able to provide information needed to complete Form 8962, Premium Tax Credit. Tax law updates for California. For the 2020 tax year, AB-5 worker classification. No federal form. California healthcare mandate. California Marketplace will issue Form 3895 to be reconciled in research. There's a penalty for those who do not have insurance. Calculation of the penalty equals average of these factors: 2.5% of gross income, or $750 per adult, or $350 per child. Not to access 17,000, not to be in excess of $17,340 for 5 people. Filing returns with expired items. The IRS encourages taxpayers who submit tax returns after items have been renewed. Waiting for confirmation will prevent delays in processing the tax return. Returns will be processed, but exceptions and/or credits claimed applicable to the expired item will not be allowed until the item is renewed. Next, we're going to talk about Schedule C. Schedule C versus Schedule C EZ. Schedule C, expenses such as advertising, mileage, tuition fees, insurance, interest, legal professional services, repairs, maintenance, supplies, taxes, licenses, and travel and utilities qualify. Expenses that are not deductible include bribes, kickbacks, demolition expenses. Schedule C EZ, no expense greater than $5,000 and no employees, no inventory, no depreciation or deducting of the cost of your home. Next, we'll touch on earned income credit. Federal versus state income credit. These are the requirements. I will give a few seconds to review, and this information will be available in your volunteer manual as well, which is available online this year. Next, we'll look at education credit, tuition, and scholarships. Education credits, American Opportunities Act credit, lifetime learning credits, tuition, scholarships. For all of these, refer to publication 970. And then finally, looking ahead. Tips to help you to be successful. Ask. Your hosts and others are available to assist. If you have any questions at your site, ask the site manager or an experienced volunteer. If you're unsure of a client's response, ask more questions. Be flexible in your attitude. Be patient with clients and other volunteers. Be present at the tax site. And please limit your phone use. Additional tips. Treat client data the same way you would want your own financial data to be treated. Clients can be anxious about their taxes. To help relieve the stress of the site and help manage expectations. Keep calm and carry on. Thank you for watching. And again, reach out to your site manager or experienced volunteers if you have any questions.